Recovery segment. Recovery from romantic addiction. Please enlighten us, Miss Lindsay.
Yeah, you're going to have to shut me up when you want me to move on because this is.
I have no problem doing that.
Okay, because I'm just going to get into it.
Yes.
All right. So recovery is my jam for anybody who doesn't know. I want to make it really clear. Like Reach Out Recovery, we're a recovery company. Everybody is recovering from something.
Yes.
And it's really important to take care of yourself. So recovery is not, Grace, avoiding love.
Ooh.
Becoming cold.
Are you talking to me?
No.
Because that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm avoiding love. I don't become cold though.
You're in a process.
I'm in a process, yeah.
Recovery is learning to self-soothe, building emotional tolerance, and creating safety inside.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to unpack this a little bit, but then I really want to talk about the tools more than this. So I'm going to give this like a couple minutes. I'm going to move right on.
Okay.
So we have something in the program called becoming avoidant. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And avoidant, it's also an attachment style. So there's anxious, which means you get really anxious in relationships.
Yeah.
But there's also avoidant, which is when people really like you, you tend to avoid the relationship because intimacy is scary for you or for whatever the reasons are. So ultimately, and I'm not speaking to you, I'm just speaking in general.
Well, it's all about me. I think always it's all about me.
I do. Well, we all do.
Of course, right?
Of course. I think fundamentally avoiding love long-term is not the answer to keep ourselves safe.
Absolutely.
I think, and many mental health professionals, I am a certified coach. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I think many would agree that taking a break, taking time, spending time on your own, figuring out who you are is critical to then finding healthy love.
Yeah.
So I have been put on timeouts by professionals I was seeing.
Oh, wow.
Many times, like you are not allowed to date for 6 months. I remember when I moved to LA the second time, because when I moved to LA the first time, I was engaged in 6 months. And when I moved the second time, the person I was working with then, the therapist, was like, yeah, you can't date for 6 months when you get to LA.
Was it easy or hard for you not to date for 6 months?
Hard.
Yeah.
But I was busy making friends and exploring a new city, but absolutely it was hard.
Yeah.
It was, but again, a lot of my life has been learning how to be uncomfortable so that I could benefit down the road. So I've learned how to sit on my hands to stay sober. I've learned how to sit on my hands, and that's how we get comfortable being on our own. So it was really valuable. All right. We don't want to become cold or shut down ever.
No.
Because, our warmth is what makes us human. Our compassion and love is what makes us likable to other people.
Exactly.
And shutting down is, the only disservice you're doing is really to yourself. So that is definitely not what you want to do. What you want to do is learn to self-soothe, which is exactly what I was just talking about. And what do you do when you're sitting on your hands? What are you going to do? And we're going to talk about the tools next, but we're going to talk about how you learn to self-soothe, how you learn to build emotional tolerance. This is the biggest thing there is, okay? Because I'm recovering from this, I can tell you the hardest thing to do is learn to sit in that emotional discomfort while you're waiting for things to get better. Or while you're waiting to change your behavior. So I remember I was coached while dating, and she was trying to help me get over some things. And sometimes she'd be like, don't respond. And I'd be like,
really?
Don't respond to that. And there were just ways she kind of taught me, and my own discomfort with not giving somebody a response immediately was part of my healing. Like, I don't have to respond when somebody, gets in touch with me that second, and other people don't have to respond to me in that second.
Exactly.
Okay, so let's talk about practical tools. The first
Okay.
one, dating pause.
Mm-hmm.
Even, taking a year of celibacy,
Yeah.
whatever like makes you feel really comfortable. These are not punishments,
Mm-mm.
right? How do you
Not at
consider
all.
what you're doing right now self-care?
Absolutely. Listen, after what I went through with cancer healing journey, like I became a different person. And I'm still me, but I'm saying like a lot of things where I prioritized different things that I did before my cancer journey. I faced my own mortality, and so my priorities have changed. Peace and joy, and just being feeling safe and free to me are number one. And I don't know yet how to incorporate a romantic relationship into the mix because I'm still settling into the new timeline that I entered after cancer.
Yeah. And very, it's admirable. And I told my brother I was not doing something.
And what?
um So, the next one I'm going to add, I'm adding something in, and that is if you really think you might have an addiction, if
Hmm.
you cannot stop meeting people off the internet, if you cannot stop meeting people for physical things, even when you don't want to or you feel bad afterwards,
Hmm.
you may have an addiction.
Yeah.
And there's absolutely no shame in it. But I do recommend if you are having serious mental health issues around this or serious behavioral issues around this. And again,
Hmm.
what does that look like? Meeting people off the internet you don't know very well and having physical relationships with them.
Correct.
Any kind of behavior that kind of goes against what you think you would want for yourself, but you're doing it over and over and over. This is
Hmm.
the time that you should go buy some books, go read some articles, maybe check out, there are love addicts, there's sex and love addicts. I went for a minute, and in going, I realized, okay, I'm not, this is not something I have, but it taught me some very, very valuable tools about
Yeah.
sober dating. And
Mm.
they will teach you how to date without having without it turning physical too quickly. So
Right.
there are a lot of skills that you can learn in those programs or from a coach or even from a book. So do your homework. Um, if you're sort of more in the middle of the curve with the rest of us, or some of us, you want to start looking at body-based regulations,
Uh-huh.
exercise, walking,
Yeah.
breath work, grounding work, anything that will help sustain your mental health and wellness. I'm a big fan of exercise and yoga
Mhm.
practices, but whatever your body's up for,
Yeah, even just moving,
Yeah.
cleaning the house.
Walking the dog.
Exactly.
Um, Now, the next thing I want to talk about boundaries is self love. So boundaries really can be anything, but there's
Mhm.
something I'm going to add that you may not have thought I was going to add, but I'm going to add it anyway.
Go for it.
So when you start trying to date again and you want to do it in a really healthy, authentic, mindful way, one
Mhm.
of the things that's been really interesting for me is so I believe in monogamy.
Yeah.
Even the minute you begin a physical relationship, I believe in monogamy because I think it's
Yes.
really hard to build a relationship with somebody
Yeah.
when they're talking to other people, when you're talking to other people, when they may be having a physical relationship with other people.
It's more hygienic too.
Well, that on top of everything else, yeah, that
Yeah.
too. So I used to be really afraid to tell people I was dating really early on, "Hey, I don't want you seeing other people if we're
Ah.
dating."
Yeah.
As an adult, in my current situation, I have no problem.
Yeah.
It's something that comes out of my mouth on an early date. It's like, "Look, if you wanna continue on, if you wanna start a physical relationship, like." And again, I never asked him if he was off the apps, but he said yes, I said yes, and that was that.
Okay. Okay.
So I knew from, like, week whatever it was that this guy wasn't seeing other people. Or I and by the way, one of the ones from last year, I believed he was seeing other people after telling me he wasn't, which was one of the tells that it was somebody who was not looking for what I was looking for.
Absolutely.
So, you have the right in datings to set your boundaries and
Yes.
say, you know what? I'm just getting back into dating. I only want to see you once a week.
Right.
Um, and that gets us into the next thing, which is slow attachment.
That's very important.
They don't need to be your boyfriend after 3 weeks. You don't know
No.
them well enough, or girlfriend, or whatever kind of relation. I'm old fashioned. These words come into my head, but whatever
It's
kind of relationship
okay.
you're having,
Yes.
polyamorous, whatever.
It's complicated.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know, you want it to go slow. You
Yeah.
want to get to know each other. And even though there may be this incredible anxiety of like, oh, I got to see them. What are they doing? Da, 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 da,
Yeah.
da. The reality is fast on, fast off.
That's true.
So, and then really choosing community over chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not going to abandon my life, my world, my gym, my friends over hooking up with somebody who makes me feel excited. That's
Exactly.
not, a long-term thing. But, it's very, very important to figure out what's going on with you. Take some time to decide what you really want. Because when I got really clear on who I wanted and what I wanted, I started to find them.
Yeah.
But I did a lot of work around that. Like, what kind of relationship works for me? What kind of person do I want to be with? Is it a generous person? Is it a person who has a lot of time? Is it a person who has kids? Like, these are all important things to answer. So on to you.
All right. Well, let's read the fan story. Um, Here, our fan is saying the first healthy relationship felt boring. 6 months later, I realized it felt safe, and that was new. Joy feels steady, not sparkly.